Waking up with Benjamin Kaumberg, how does it feel? The girls go, rah! I'm kidding. Settle down. Anyway, yes, good morning. As you can see, the sun is just coming up. I'm having my fire, cooking some food. Oh, look at this, chickweed down here even. I didn't even realise it was here. Beautiful. I can munch on some of this while I talk to you guys. Awesome. A little bit of chickweed. Alright. Let me finish crunching. So you know, organic portals are family orientated. I've said, you know, a million times, and it's also part of the basic theory and let alone, you know, obvious, that they are their bodies. They are their characters, the ego character. They are their bodies. Not like me and Oro, spirited creatures here. We are in the avatars, but we're not of the avatar, and we are not the avatar, right? 2D organic portals, they are the body. 3D, I've talked about this before, is the seed point of sovereignty, the ego. It's where it seeds. It's only the seed, yeah? Then you move into involution, inward, onward, and upward through the dimensions, into the higher dimensions, right? And it's way more than 7 planes. That is the Jinn handed down Hylic model of dimensions, the 7-plane model, and the 7th is the heaven. Even though that's correct, actually, the 7th dimension is like considered like heaven, and the 6th dimension like the gate of heaven, because the 6th dimension is the geometrical, sacred, infinite archetypes, and you know, the 7th dimension is like where Reiki is, the Reiki rays. And you know, when you do Reiki, it feels really good, like light. It's even lighter than Kundalini, 4th dimension, 4th dimensional energy, and Chi, 5th dimensional energy. As you go up, and that's why prana is even thinner than air, right? And the 10 pranic airs, they're all thinner. And that's 10th dimensional. Funny, there's 10 of them. Anyway, so, you know, organic portals, they are their bodies. I've said that before. So what else I've noticed, and what this video really is about, is that, and that leads to this idea in this video, that they are their bodies, that leads to here, that they are family orientated. Because the family is the bloodline of the body. Yeah? So I mean, one thing leads to another. And I don't know, I've been wanting to do this video for a while. Just thought I'll do this quickly while I'm cooking breakfast. The fire is on automation for the next 10 minutes. You know, they're family orientated, and you know, this is bloodline orientated. Oh look, he wants the greens. Not today, eh? He does eat some greens. Piggy pig. Ah, piggy pig. So, you know, they're very family orientated. They will, what this comes out as, and a couple of ways to see this is like, when when you have a really good friend and they'll choose you or spending the night with you over listening to their parents or something, that's them listening to themselves, listening to their spirit, what they want for themselves, instead of listening to what their parents want for them. If you just listen to what I'm not saying don't listen to anything that your parents tell you. I'm just saying this is a good example, because then that person has chosen to spend time as they want to spend the time, right? And that's them acting on their own volition. That's the point, on their own spirit, on their own thoughts, feelings, etc. Not just listening to the family and what the family says. You're going to see another video. I just emailed my parents, and you're going to see a video with them in it, and the email exchange proving that how system-based they are and how spiritless they are. Yes, my own parents. Anyway, see, that can get you very sad, and that attachment, but that's an attachment to this world. Don't be mistaken about it. It's definitely still an attachment to this world. And so are, emotions anyway. There's something to be said about emotions, energy motion, and you need to have feeling so you can feel your way. And we're going to have to discuss that because it can seem contradictory and counterintuitive to, you have to kind of become emotionless to deal with logic, but not fully. We're going to talk about higher emotionalism, like forgiveness is an example of higher emotionalism and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, so this video is really just saying that, the organic portals are family orientated. They're bloodline dedicated. It's all for the bloodline, suck energy into the family unit and so on. They don't do things like me. I'm here teaching for all of humanity when I could have a secure job and income. Instead, I chose the righteous path, right? And here I am giving to the world instead of just taking from it. I even teach about food plants. We should be planting food plants in the streets so that we're all happy and there's no hungry people and etc. But you see my point, right? They only pull energy into the family unit, into the bloodline. It's of the body, which is of this world. It's third dimensional, this body. The avatar body, right? It's of this world. See, I just really wanted to make a note of that. I've noticed nobody else has even made a video saying that. I mean, I think maybe that's because we all realize how obvious that is, right? Or have you guys just not seen it? I'm not sure. Seems to me that, no one's made a video on that because it's kind of obvious. I don't know. Maybe for some of you it's not kind of obvious, so I thought I'd better make a video. So, they're very family orientated. That's the problem with this world, and that's going to start dissolving. We're at the end of history. So you see there's millions and millions of migrants, actually billions now, of migrants in the world. It's like 1 billion people just migrating around, Middle East, South America, Africa, right? Maybe not in America and Australia yet, but the borders are dissolving as long foretold, because it's the end of history. There's a dissolution here. So there should also be a dissolution of the family neurotic model, the nuclear neurotic family. Why is it neurotic? Because you're part of a fucking larger family called humanity. That's why it's neurotic. Neurosis to me is like the insanity of organic portals, repetition. So it means when you fire one neuron on the same neuron, or the same little globular set, instead of a wider range of neuronal firings. That's what neurosis, my definition, Benjamin Kallenberg from consciousnessing.net, definition is of neurosis, like a boxing of the mind. Right? Do you see it? I'll even have a video, Organic Portals, the Boxed Mind, on my other channel, Organic Portals. So, that's a good example of how they are. They're neurotic. They don't accept higher, esoteric knowledge. They do the same circular lives every day. This is neurosis. Do you feel the word neurosis? It's like an eroding. How is it an eroding? Well, if you have these brain nodes here and they're all firing together and not spreading out more and firing with, more sets of neurons, then it's a degrading of the brain. The rest of the brain doesn't grow, you see. So that's how it's a eroding and neurosis. That's my definition of neurosis. You won't find that in any book. Hence, subscribe to this channel. And yes, I'm, an educated individual. I've been to university for 8 years. So this is, not just a channel where we are just random philosophizing. I have read the textbooks and so on. Not all of them, but you get what I mean. So, yeah, subscribe to this channel, because this is, a place you're going to hear things like that, advanced concepts that you won't even find in your textbooks. Subscribe, kids. Subscribing. All right, and press the notification bell so you get each video, and it helps. The quicker you guys come to the video, it helps lift the video up as well, and recommend it to more people. And it's going to help the channel, which helps me continue to talk to you like this. All right. So yeah, I just want to say they're very, closed-minded. They're very of the neurotic nuclear family model. It's neurotic because we are part of a larger system. It's neurotic to say, oh, I don't care about you because you're from another family or bloodline. It's neurotic. It stops expansion. What did we just talk about? Eroding and boxing of the mind, right? So there's another, subject altogether, how they box their own mind in. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to have to get back to cooking and go have my breakfast now. So just wanted to say that, they'll choose their family more. The spirited human is less likely to just always choose their family over a situation or over a friend. A friend relationship can be spiritual, right? They are spiritless humans. You see what I'm saying? So they're very family orientated in every way you can think of.